प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Krishna. So thank you everyone for coming to Bhaktivedanta Manor. I can tell you're all very intelligent because there's 1,000,001 places you could have spent your Sunday afternoon, but you all made the wise choice of coming to Bhaktivedanta Manor. So now there will be a class on the Bhagavad Gita here in the temple room. There'll also be some prasadam being served, and the Dashara festival continues in the Sri Krishna Haveli starting at 2 p.m. with class kirtans, and the program continues. There will be burning of Ravana at 6 p.m. in the fields, and there will also be prasadam served after that. So thank you everyone for coming, and we hope to see you all again very soon. Hare Krishna.
No one answers to anything. It's just a code that opens the gate. Go to the So I'll just make my pressure and then I'll have it here.
And basically, I told Robin that.
You're busy at that time?
Yeah.
The only thing I was worried about was that this time was handling like this. Okay, fine. I'll be there. I've just put the cable out for you, okay? We need one, right? We need one. Put it over here. Put it over here. I'll put the medallion here. I think they might need one. You please? No, I'm putting it back. Okay, you can play that. Is it okay? You want to use that beginning for them? No, I'm going now. Okay. We good? All over the world.
You can have that.
Do you still in this room hold weddings?
Not in this room, no.
Not anymore.
They happen in the Haveli, which
Yeah,
is...
we got married in here.
Oh, really? Wow.
There's my wife. No, not us two.
No, I'm not judging.
He's not judging.
No, we got married here in this room.
In this actual room. 9 years ago.
Yeah, we do still have weddings, but just not in this.
We were lucky. No, they didn't for me to go in the marquee outside. I said no.
It was December.
11th of December, yeah.
You think I'm going to go in a market? Costs more in heating bills. But this is the place. This is warm. This is usually heated, underfloor heated.
Oh,
Isn't it?
really? Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's heated.
No wonder.
Maybe they switched it off.
No, it's heated all the time. Winter. Not summer, winter.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
all
cold.
our guests, we had only about 20, about 40 guests sitting there. And then everybody's...
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank
Is it
you.
your wedding anniversary? Is it your anniversary?
No,
11th.
15. 11th.
11th of December.
But I come here almost every other month.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. So now there will be a class on the Bhagavad Gita. And we'll begin by singing Jai Radha Madhav, as is customary. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yamunatira vanachari Munatira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Javihari Ya Radha Madhava Javihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Munatira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Javihari Jaya Radha Madhava Javihari Thank you everyone for your kind participation. So today we are reading from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We are reading the second chapter, text 7. So, before we begin, we'll just recite the invocation. So please do repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I'll recite the Sanskrit and maybe we can recite line by line. It's there on the TV screen. There's one TV screen to your left and one TV screen to your right. So as per your comfort, you can pick either to look at, and please do try to recite the verse. So it's usually done in call response. So I'll do the first line and then you can do the first line. Then I'll do the second line and then you do the second line. Like that. Karpanya dosho pahatasya bhavaha. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसमुदचेताः पृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसमुदचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे यच्छ्रेयस्यात् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसमुदचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Would anyone like to try? Okay, so we can read the translation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Purport. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not, therefore, remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 3.8.10, the perplexed man is described as follows: Yo va etad aksharam gargya aviditvasamal lokat praiti sa kripana. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human and who thus quits this world like the cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. This human form of life is most suitable. This human form of life is a most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problems of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is the Brahmana or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. Ya etat aksharam gargi viditvasmal lokat praiti sabhramanah. The kripana or miserly persons waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. In the material conception of life, one is often attached to family life, namely to wife, children, and other members, on the basis of skin disease. The kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the kripana thinks that this family or society can save him from the verge of death. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals, who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexities. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still, on account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the Supreme Spiritual Master, to make a definitive solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious. And now Arjun wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita. And Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjuna understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself. And yet foolish, mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna's within and without, and one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. So before we begin, we'll just recite some invocation prayers, asking for blessings from the previous teachers and from the Supreme Lord. So if you do know the prayers, please feel free to join in. If you don't know the prayers, that's also fine. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you everyone for coming to the Bhagavad Gita class. Before we begin, I'd like to seek all of your blessings, all the senior devotees assembled here. so that I may be able to speak of something valuable. So, the context is such that Arjun is on the battlefield and Krishna is his charioteer. Arjun sees the vast army that is on the other side, and he's about to embark on a war with this army, his opposition. The oppositions were called as Kauravas because they come in the line of Kurus. Arjun was on the side of the Pandavas because they are the sons of Pandu. When Arjun sees all his family members, because the Kauravas and Pandavas are cousins, Dhritarashtra, the head of the Kauravas, and Pandu, the head of the Pandavas, were brothers. And so Arjun was seeing all his cousins, relatives, people he grew up with on the other side of the battlefield. And when Arjun saw this, all the memories of the childhood activities, all the interactions he had with the senior members of the family, all these memories came gushing back, and he felt completely overwhelmed. He was thinking, how can I kill all these people? They're the ones that taught me. They're the ones that I grew up with. They're the people I played hide and seek with. They're the people that taught me how to use a bow and arrow. They taught me the skills of archery. For example, Bhishma was on the side of the Kauravas. He is considered the grandfather. So Arjuna is thinking, how can I kill my grandfather? And so he became completely overwhelmed. And he tried with all logic and reasoning to come to a decision of what he should do. So he made a few points to Krishna. One of the points he makes is that Alinka is sin. This is sinful. I'm killing all these people. Another point he makes is that if all these people die, then what will happen to the family? All the culture, all the traditions that were upheld by the elder members of the community, when all these elder members are then killed because they were engaged in warfare, then what will happen to all these traditions and welfare projects? So like this, Arjun had many doubts. He had many reasons as to why he didn't want to fight. But at the same time, he knew that he was obliged to, because it was his duty. His fighting was not whimsical, but rather on the basis of religion. It was a just fight. So he knew this, so he could not come to a conclusion on his own. And he then says, I'm not going to fight. He puts down his bow and makes that determination, I'm not going to fight. Here in this verse, Arjun is expressing his heart to Krishna. The expression here is that of perplexity, because he doesn't know what to do. So that is very, very relevant in our lives. Sometimes people question that Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago. How can it still be relevant today? We have so much technology, infrastructure. The way we live is completely different to how it was 5,000 years ago. Here we're talking about chariots. Let alone ride a chariot. I've never even seen a chariot. I don't know if you have. Put your hands up if you've seen a chariot. Okay, so we have some members who have. Sankit's seen half a chariot. I haven't even seen a chariot. It's like, how can it be relatable? But now let me ask you, have you ever had to make a decision in your life? Put your hands up if you have. You just made a decision whether to put your hand up or not. Have you ever been confused or perplexed in life? Yeah, we're sometimes confused. And so, in the purport, Prabhupada starts off that this perplexity that we experience is something to be expected. Many times we feel disappointed or frustrated because expectations are not met. Here, Prabhupada is telling us that let's adjust our expectation. Material activities are bound to result in perplexity. I'll give you an example. Someone wants to purchase a car. Before they purchase a car, they're anxious about how they will get the money, and when they go to the garage, they're anxious that have all the MOTs been done? Has it been serviced properly? Am I getting cheated? Am I getting a fair price? Will the car break down after 2 months? I remember buying a car, it was within 5-year guarantee, and within those 5 years the AC pipe got busted. And we had no AC in the hot summer. I was like, oh, Krishna. Then I was like, there's a 5-year warranty. Okay, let me go to the garage. And they're like, okay, for the 5-year warranty, you need all the services done as per the manual. I think every year or something. So you need proof of those services. I didn't have proof. So I was like, oh, Krishna, another perplexity. So all these considerations go in when purchasing a car. It's anxious. Fine. You've now purchased the car. It's all done. It was meant to be. Whatever was meant to be is meant to be. Service, no service. AC, no AC. Okay, fine, you got the car. But now you're still anxious. Because you just heard from a friend that someone scratched their brand new car and you're in complete anxiety. What if someone scratches my car? What if my car is parked and someone hits my car? One of my friends, he bought a new car, but he doesn't like to drive it. He doesn't like to drive it because he's constantly worried that what if I go too close to the curb? What if my alloy wheels get damaged? What if the value of the car then deteriorates rapidly? So he's in constant anxiety. And like, if you just think of it like from a bird's eye point of view, it's like completely bewildering because you just bought a car to drive in it. Now you don't want to drive in it because you're scared you'll lose it or damage it. So it can be quite humorous if you think of it like that. So before you had the car, you're anxious, in anxiety. When you have the car, you're also in anxiety. And then somehow or other, if you lose the car, if you sell the car, scrap the car, if somehow or other you lose the car, you're in anxiety. Because you're lamenting, oh, what a nice car it was. It was such good time I had in that car. I took the roof down, we were going by the beach, and the car was so good, now it's no longer here. What will I do? How will I enjoy? And so, in acquiring any material possession is filled with perplexities and anxieties. Before you attain this possession, when you have this possession, when it's in your possession, and when you lose it, in all three stages there is constant anxiety. And therefore in the purport, Prabhupada stresses that in every step there is perplexity, and therefore we should seek guidance. We should seek help. And therefore, Arjuna is approaching Krishna. He's approaching Krishna because he knows that he can't figure it out by himself. Krishna is a suitable guide for Arjuna. There's various reasons why Krishna is a suitable guide. There are a few qualifications we'll discuss. And another thing is, there are a few qualifications of the person who is seeking guidance. The person seeking guidance has to be able to acknowledge that they don't know. They don't have all the answers. As long as someone thinks that I can work it out by myself, as long as someone thinks that it is within my control and power to adjust, manipulate the situation to be able to derive the desired outcome, as long as one has such mentality, they won't be able to ask for help because they feel that what is the need for help? I already know. I will do it like this, this and this is how it will work. I will get finance on the car in this way, and my pay is like this, and therefore I'll be able to pay off the finance in such and such way. I did the MOT check, I checked online, and therefore I know what I'm doing. Don't tell me what to do. I know. And therefore, to be able to seek help, we require some humility. Humility is such that we may not have it. And we may know we may not have it. But Krishna helps us out. Krishna helps us because when we're not humble, He gives us situations, circumstances to make us humble. Inevitably, as we discussed, there will be perplexities in life. There will be struggles, difficulties. Krishna makes that disclaimer in the Bhagavad Gita, Dukkhalayam ashashvatam, that this world is full of miseries and is temporary. And so, whether or not we're humbled when distresses come, when major incidences happen in our life that are a great cause of grief and suffering, naturally we'll become humble because everyone wants to be happy. And when we're unhappy, then we ponder and wonder, why am I not happy? What do I need to do to become happy? Everything I thought I needed to do to become happy is not working out, so how will I be happy? And so one must have such humility in approaching a guide, a spiritual teacher, a mentor. Therefore, first thing is acknowledging that we don't know. Second thing that is imperative when dealing with calamities and distress in our life is that we should share with someone who is our friend, who knows us and whom we trust. We know them, they know us. Arjuna did this. Throughout the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, throughout many verses, Arjuna is just simply revealing his mind. He's simply revealing his doubts and concerns, his anxieties. He is talking to Krishna as a friend. And Krishna is also behaving like a friend. Krishna is behaving like a friend because he does not interject Arjuna. In the entire chapter, Krishna barely says a few words. I think all he says is that when Arjuna requests, take my chariot to the middle of the battlefield so I'm able to observe the army, all Krishna says is, okay, yeah, I'll take you there. That's all he says in the entire first chapter. And therefore Krishna, as a friend of Arjuna, is willing to hear him out. He's willing to hear Arjun go on his monologue without any suggestion, without any ideas, without any advice. He lets Arjun speak his piece. Therefore, we should also find a friend whom we can speak our mind to, and we should also be such a friend that people can speak their minds to us. So the first qualification of Arjun was humility. Second is that he was able to reveal his mind to a friend. And the third is that after revealing our mind, we should seek guidance. We should seek help. And that is what Arjuna is doing here. He is telling Krishna, look, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I've done a SWOT analysis. I've listed all the pros and cons, but I'm still unable to figure out what is the way forward. And therefore, here Arjuna is asking Krishna, become my spiritual master. So this can be considered a turning point in Arjuna's life of perplexity. Because at this point, Arjuna and Krishna's relationship change. Before, Arjuna and Krishna had a relationship of friendship. Now, Arjuna is approaching Krishna from a different angle. Arjuna is submitting to Krishna as a student, and Krishna is taking the role of a teacher. And therefore you see that the way Krishna interacts with Arjun before and after this verse 2.7 is very, very interesting. The first thing that Krishna does when Arjuna surrenders unto him, when Arjuna accepts Krishna as a teacher, the first thing Krishna does is he tells him off. He's like, no man, you're a fool. Literally, he's like, what is that verse? 2:11, I think. I had it in my mind, I forgot. Anyway, yeah, Krishna says that you're a fool. Yes, ashochayanan vashochastam pragyavadamscha bhashase gatasun agatasumscha nanu shochanti pandita. You're speaking learned words, but you're not learned. You're exhibiting grief over something that is not worthy to grieve over. He says, the wise lament for neither the living nor the dead. And so here, as soon as Arjuna accepts Krishna as a teacher, Krishna says that your points are invalid. And therefore, in our lives, practically, when we experience misery, when we become humiliated by the inevitable disturbances of this material world, and we seek shelter and guidance, we should also be prepared that we may also get told off. We may also get chastised. Krishna set the example. Prabhupada then goes on to elaborate on material perplexities. And in doing so, what is highlighted is the necessity to seek out help, shelter, particularly a spiritual master. Material perplexities are such that no one ignites it. The example is given of a forest fire. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur one of the great teachers in our lineage, writes, Samsaradava nalalita loka tranaya karunya gana ganatvam, that we are suffering material miseries which is like a forest fire. This forest fire, no one sets it alight. It happens automatically. Therefore, our material miseries is not like something particular will happen and that will cause my material suffering. It's like a forest fire. It's like it just happens. It's like it just kind of happens automatically. And what is the way to extinguish a forest fire? Rain. And so the spiritual master is compared to a rain cloud that showers its torrents of rain on a forest fire, thereby extinguishing the blazing fire of material existence. How do we get out of this material perplexities? After Arjuna submits to Krishna and Krishna accepts the role of a spiritual teacher, Krishna begins to impart unto Arjuna the knowledge about the soul. He goes on to discuss our real identity. Our identity is not the material body, but rather is the spirit soul. And therefore, when we identify with the body, we witness so many different anxieties, illusions, troubles. Often the instinct is, my trouble is being caused by someone else. Whenever we experience distress, it's natural to try to ascertain a cause. And that cause we may think is maybe a person, maybe we consider it a situation, maybe we consider it the astrological placement of the planets. But the Srimad Bhagavatam states, Nayam me jana sukha dukkha hetur nadevatatma griha karma kala manaha param karanam amananti samsara chakra parivartayedyat. That actually the cause of our misery is not the people around us. The cause of our misery is not time. The cause of our misery is not the astrological calculation. The cause of our misery is not the demigods in the heavenly planets. The cause of our misery is our very own mind. Our mind is the cause of our misery. And therefore, to control our mind is such an important subject matter. Our mind is very fickle. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayuriva sadushkaram. That this mind is very strong, obstinate, is very fickle, it's very turbulent. We may try to focus on one thing and then we realize that, oh wait, my mind has gone somewhere else. It's so fickle, it's so difficult to control. It's described that it's like trying to control the wind. Wind is very difficult to control. And so we should try to control our mind. Because when we control our mind, then all these miseries will start to disappear. Krishna also gives in the Bhagavad Gita how to control the mind. By practice, suitable practice and detachment. Practice is in spiritual practices. We chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And detachment. Practicing to be detached from the results of our activities. Practicing to let go. practicing to work with full energy and enthusiasm, but whether results come or do not come, we're undeterred because we know we're performing our duty. Detachment is a very important principle, and so it can be practiced and developed. It can be done in various ways. First way that detachment or renunciation can be invoked is through material frustration. We may experience something and then get frustrated with it, like I guess everyone here likes gulab jamuns, right? So you may have one gulab jamun, you may have two, you may have three. You like it, so you keep having. You have 5 or 6, 10. I've heard some have even had 33, believe it or not. I've only heard, I haven't seen. If you have 33 gulab jamuns, I'm sure you'll have some stomach problem. And when you have that stomach problem, you may experience great uncomfort. Then you become frustrated, like, oh, this is so painful, I'm never going to have gulab jamuns again. No, never ever. I'm not even going to have a quarter of a gulab jamun. It was that painful. So this is detachment or renunciation from practical experience. The second kind of renunciation happens when we obtain knowledge that gulab jamun has a lot of sugar. It may not be the healthiest thing for me. And I know that yes, it tastes nice, but after 5 minutes, that taste is gone. Then how will I become happy? It is just a matter of a few moments, and then what? I can't have gulab jamuns constantly for the rest of my life. If I could, that would be amazing. But I don't think my belly is made for that. So by logic reasoning and intellectually understanding, we can also develop such renunciation. The third way of developing renunciation is a higher taste. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinam rasa varjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. That when we experience a higher taste, naturally we give up things of a lower nature. Like, say for example, you drive a Vauxhall Corsa, for example. Say you drive a Vauxhall Corsa, and I tell you, give up this Vauxhall Corsa. You'll tell me no. How will I get my shopping? Will you get my shopping for me then? I'll say no, because I won't. But because I don't have a car. But you'll tell me no, I need my car. Now, if tomorrow I give you a brand new Lamborghini, then I won't even need to ask you to give up your Vauxhall Corsa. It will probably be sold off already by the time I come to you. There's no endeavor, because you got something so much better. Although I'm not sure how many groceries you can fit in that car. But anyway, I think you get the idea. When you get something so much better, you can easily give up things of a lower nature. So those are the 3 ways in which we can imbibe renunciation. So I think we'll conclude here. If there's any questions or comments. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Saharana Jagannathanitam Swan Sajivam Shadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakharnitam Shtam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Vandeham
Hare Krishna.
Sri Guru
Main.
Sri Juta Padakamalam
Main. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Press the main, Prabhu. Main. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.